PNY and Cooler Master have decided the RTX 4090 wasn't big enough, sort of like what my ex decided about me, the size of my ego. I'm James Strive, this is TechLead, and this GPU is thicker than your cousin who thinks that Flat Earth Society makes some good points. PNY and Cooler Master collaborated on a card that takes up 4.5 frickin' PCIe slots because apparently everyone is a size queen these days.
It's okay, James. You'll get over it.
Intel's Ponte Vecchio data center GPU was finally revealed, a momentous day for the average Joe cloud service provider who couldn't pinch enough pennies for NVIDIA's H100. AData unveiled a 1600 watt power supply that can power 4 450 watt RTX 4090s because the laws of physics are for virgins. Meanwhile, FSP debuted a 2500 watt power supply that can still only power 4 4090s because they believe in stupid things like math and logic. It was also a big day for cases. InWin debuted the Mod-Free, which is a confusing name for a completely modular case, but go off, King. While Streetcom's SG10 passive cooling case can cool a 4080 for the low price of $1,000. But wait, there's more! MSI solved the problem of improperly plugged in 12-volt high power cables, it's so many letters, by painting the connectors yellow. Now, you can actually tell if the cable isn't fully plugged in. Always remember, if you see yellow when you look, your GPU will cook.
If it's yellow, let it mellow.
But don't. Meta, the company that specializes in brainwashing moms and giving children depression, announced the Quest 3 VR headset. The base 128GB model will be $500, and while they don't reveal a price for the higher storage version, quote, for those who want more space, end quote, it sounds like something my ex would love. The Quest 3 is apparently 40% slimmer with double the GPU processing power and full color pass-through cameras, so users will no longer need to take the headset off to check for blood in their stool at the mall. On top of this, the company announced they'd be lowering the price for the 128GB model of the Quest 2 and giving it a software update that they say will increase CPU performance by up to 26% and GPU speed by up to 19%. Meta also wrapped up their Quest gaming showcase, where the company announced over 20 new games, including a VR version of the Kill It Your Way Bulletstorm, a remake of The Seventh Guest, an adventure game from 30 years ago that I haven't heard of, and another Vampire the Masquerade game that is still not Bloodlines 2. How long am I supposed to wait, you guys? I'm gonna die someday, you guys. I don't have a blood boy, I need Bloodlines. Do I have to become an actual vampire to live long enough for your game's release? Believe me, I've tried.
Kindreds, hit me up!
Women who sleep in dresses on couches beside large open windows. Hit me up. And Gmail's new blue verification check that was meant to prevent scams have had the exact opposite effect. Why not? After ripping off Elon in early May, enterprising scammers have found a way to get a checkmark on their email, making them look like a legitimate sender and defeating the entire purpose of verification processes on Gmail. Cybersecurity engineer Chris Plummer, not an actor, found a scam email posing as UPS, it's always UPS, that was marked as verified in Gmail. After he submitted a bug report to Google pointing out that UPS probably doesn't employ someone named Riverch5? Google closed Plummer's report, responding by saying, won't fix intended behavior. I mean, it makes sense. Blue check marks were always intended to rip people off. Just joking, that's new on Twitter. Speaking of, apparently Plummer made enough of a stink on the platform for someone at Google to realize, hey, maybe the system meant to verify emails as trustworthy should actually do that.
Oh, we're supposed to do our jobs?
And then they decided to reopen the investigation into the issue. Personally, I think we should all praise Google for doing the absolute bare minimum. You can't always expect that today.
The crowd goes mild.
Now it's time for the quick bits brought to you by Secretlab. Is your current chair uncomfortable and causing you pain? Get rid of that derriere destroyer, also my name in college. Secretlab's sleek, ergonomic, high-quality chairs are built to withstand the rigors of gaming or office work or just your ass for long hours. The Titan Evo 2022 series chair is their most technologically advanced chair with 4-way lumbar support, cold cure foam, and swappable armrests. Your butt deserves the best. Check out Secretlab using the link below. Not below your butt, below this video. Hey Gabe, there's something I have to tell you. I need you to know that the quick bits are after this intro. Is this an intro?
Yes, it is now.
To the quick bits. Motorola, of all people, just announced the Razr Plus and Razr 2023. parenthetical. Though if you live in certain markets, they're instead called the Razr 40 Ultra and the Razr 40 for reasons no one bothered to tell me. The biggest difference between the Razr and the Razr Plus are the processor speed and the external screen real estate, the best kind of estate. The Plus has a 3.6-inch external screen, while the non-plussed Razr has but a 1.5-inch screen. 2 inches might not sound like a lot, but I have it on good authority that a difference in length of that magnitude has ended several relationships.
Mary, please call me back.
The US Air Force colonel in charge of testing AI systems has walked back comments he made at a military summit where he claimed that an AI drone killed its human operator in a simulation. It wasn't real, it was the new Sims DLC, Drones and Bones. In fact, it was so not real that according to Colonel Tucker Cinco Hamilton, they never even ran the simulation. He clearly said that they ran. Cinco now claims the sim was just a thought experiment, and that the USAF has not tested any weaponized AI, real or simulated, which puts us well behind China. The chief of AI testing doesn't actually do anything when he comes into work, and he wishes everyone just stop talking about this so he can go back to pretending to sign forms at his pretend desk. Amazon has been ordered to pay $25 million for violating child privacy. The company was accused of not deleting children's Alexa recordings and location information at the request of parents, and instead holding on to the data for years. Those kids are probably teens now. Also, Amazon's Ring subsidiary will have to pay $5.8 million in customer refunds after allegedly granting employees and contractors access to users' private videos. Reports say Amazon wasn't sure they could scrape together the $30 million for the fines, but they checked between the couch cushions, and Andy Jassy came up with something. Kaspersky, the Russian cybersecurity company, says that several dozens of its employees' iPhones have been infected with spyware for years in an attempt to reduce the stigma around getting hacked.
Hey James, what's the company's name again?
Her name's Kaspersky. Cat Burtsby's. Just kidding, Russia's Federal Security Service, or FSB, says the malware dubbed Operation Triangulation is part of a larger espionage operation by the US National Security Agency that infected thousands of Russian iPhones. They even accused Apple of installing a backdoor to help the operation, which Apple denies. Perhaps the scariest part of the whole thing is the fact that the malware installs itself via an invisible iMessage attachment and requires no action from the user. I actually think I might be a victim. I haven't gotten an iMessage for a while. And developer Enias Kayo built software to make an AI clone of absolutely anyone, starting with his girlfriend. Wait, you can start with his girlfriend and get anyone? No.
Trade up.
The AI can send voice messages, texts, and even selfies through Telegram, and apparently the dev's girlfriend was all for it. I'm glad she was enthusiastic because Kayo made the software open source, including Sasha GPT, the AI version of his girlfriend. According to AI researchers, Kayo could be the first person that used AI to get cocked. And you'll want to be the first person to tune in on Monday for more tech news. Can you ever get enough? Then you can comment first and earn everyone's love and respect, including mine.